Hi guys and welcome back. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make these chocolate tea cakes. Let's begin. To get started on the recipe, you'll want to make the biscuit base. To do that, grab yourself a mixing bowl, and into the mixing bowl place your butter, icing sugar and vanilla. Beat them all together until they are well combined. You can then go ahead and add in your egg yolk and mix this in until it's fully incorporated. Then go ahead and give the bowl a good scraping down just to incorporate any bits that may not have been fully worked in from earlier on. Then go ahead and add in your flour that you've pre-sifted and just mix that in until a dough forms, being careful not to over mix the dough at this stage, otherwise the end biscuit result will be tough in texture. Sprinkle a small amount of flour onto your work surface and then place the dough onto it. Give it a brief knead and bring it into a smooth circle shape. Wrap in cling film and then chill in the fridge for at least an hour. And then after an hour you can go ahead and work with the dough. Then you'll just want to take it from the fridge, unwrap it, place it onto a flat surface and just roll it out until it's about 5mm in thickness. And then you'll just want to continuously roll it until you get to that stage, of course. And then once you've got to that stage, take your cookie cutter and cut out the shapes. I'm going with circles, but feel free to use whatever shape cutter you like. As long as it's around the right size, you should be alright. You can then go ahead and place your biscuit cutouts onto a lined baking tray, and you can place these pretty close together as they don't rise much while they're baking. Place them in the oven. All of that information will be in the blog post link below, and here are what they look like once they are fully baked. They don't colour very much, and that's not what you're looking for. You're looking for a very pale bake on this. To start on the marshmallow, take a bowl with some water and place in your leaves of gelatin, and you'll want to allow these to soak until they are softened. So place them in and then set them aside until you need them later on. To get started, grab a saucepan and into it place your sugar and the liquid glucose, giving the two a brief mix together just to combine. Then you can go ahead and place it on the hob over a medium-high heat and allow it to come to 118 degrees Celsius, or what is better known as soft ball. Once the gelatin has softened, you'll then want to work with it again, so into a saucepan place your water and then place in the gelatin and melt this over a very low heat, as you don't want it to get too hot, you just want it to melt. Then you'll want to go back to your boiling sugar mixture, which it will take a short while to get to 118 degrees, but once it's almost there, it will be perfect. So then you can go ahead and grab a mixing bowl and into it place your gelatin and water mixture, followed by the egg whites, and whisk this on a high speed until the mixture reaches soft peaks. It may look like it's not going to work at the start, but don't worry, once it gets started it goes frothy and foamy, and then it starts to build the typical egg white looking mixture, which is what you're looking for, but you just want it to reach soft peaks, no further and no less than that. By the time the egg whites have reached soft peak, your mixture should have also come up to the right temperature, which was 118 degrees. You can then turn your mixer speed down and then slowly and steadily add in the sugar mixture into the meringue, and this is you want to do this very slowly, as you don't want to get this on your skin, as it will blister and burn you. You will then want to increase the speed back up to a medium high and whisk this for a further 10 minutes, allowing it to cool down a little bit, and it should be more full and glossy if that's what you're looking for. And then once you've had your 10 minutes of mixing, you can go ahead and add in your flavourings, which I'm using vanilla, and your salt, and just whisk them in until they are fully incorporated. You shouldn't be able to see a single trace of any ingredient. Transfer the mixture into a piping bag fitted with the round tip nozzle, and then you can go ahead and pipe the marshmallow onto your biscuit bases. Feel free to pipe as much or as little marshmallows as you would like. Once you've got your marshmallow piped on, you will then want to leave them for up to an hour just to firm up a little bit, and this gives you time to work with your chocolate. Feel free not to temper the chocolate like I didn't, just melt it and don't let it get too hot. Then you can take your chocolate and just pour it over the top, ensuring that the full marshmallow and biscuit has been covered, as you don't want any bit underneath exposed. Repeat this for the remainder. So here are what the tea cakes look like once they're fully finished. You should have 3 layers: the biscuit base topped with the marshmallow and then topped flat with the chocolate. And when it all comes together, it all works so well, as the biscuit is very light, the marshmallow is light and the chocolate isn't too heavy, so they're very good. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more from me, and I'll be back again very soon with some more recipes for you, so join me then. In the meanwhile, don't forget to check out the description. There'll be links to this recipe, a link to my blog, and links to all of my social media, so don't forget to go and follow me over on them, as I am trying to be a bit more active on my social media. But that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed. Bye guys.